A lot of you have questions about your retirement, and of course we have the answers, but today we're going to do a little pop quiz. Welcome to the show, everyone. Joe Anderson here, certified financial planner, president of Financial Advisors, with the big man, Big Al Clopine, sitting right over there. Hello, Big Al.
How you doing?
Little pop quiz. Remember pop quizzes?
I do. I didn't used to like them, but
I don't think anyone loved pop quizzes.
But I'm kind of looking forward to today. So let's see what we got.
Yeah, let's test your knowledge. Are you ready? Let's go. How many of you are ready to retire? Yes, I am ready. Get me out of here. Not on track? I don't know. What do you believe is the answer? Not on track. 56% of people, they might want to retire, but they're not on track. Today, we're going to get you on track. That's today's Financial Focus. Here's another quiz question. What percentage of workers have a written retirement plan?
Great question. From our experience, I would say 10% or less, but that's not a choice.
Yeah, I would say 3%.
So let's go with 33.
33%. So we got some work to do. A written retirement plan or a financial plan. It's just writing your goals down, figuring out what you want to accomplish, and what steps that you need to take on a month-by-month, quarter-by-quarter, year-by-year basis to make sure that you can get there. Let's bring in Big Al.
So yes, this pop quiz, this retirement pop quiz. So we're going to start with, are you aware? Do you know where you're at? Okay, number 2 is comparing yourself to others, at least gives you kind of a benchmark. And then finally, and probably most importantly, what are things that you need to do? What are your action steps to make things better? So Joe, I guess let's just hop right into the quiz, huh?
Yeah, right. No, this is really interesting and cool because a lot of people are not aware. Right? They have dreams and they have goals, but they don't necessarily know what's achievable, what's not. So writing it down and then compare. Everyone wants to compare themselves to the Joneses, right? Yeah, it might make you feel better, but it's not going to get you to where you need to be. So you have to take action. So let's go. What's the average age of a retirement in the U.S.?
I would say, you know, when you talk to people that are working, they want to retire at 65, 66, 67. But based upon at least prior experience, it's like 62. People retire earlier than they think.
Yeah, most people retire a lot earlier than they anticipate because of health issues. Maybe there's a layoff. Maybe there's a loved one that needs some sort of care. All sorts of different things. Even though we want to work later, a lot of us retire earlier. Alan, do these people look like they're 62?
I hope not, because I'm older than 62, and I hope I don't look like that.
I think these people look like they're 82, but they're super happy. Yeah. They're super happy. All right, action. Factor in that you probably might have an early retirement. So that's good news and bad news. All right, see what's next. What's the life expectancy of someone 65 for our total population?
I think I know that one, because last I saw, men were like 84 and women were like 87. So I'm going to go with 84 and a half.
Yeah, just cut that thing right in the middle, right? Boom! So we're retiring early, which is great, and we're living a lot longer. So that all sounds fine and dandy, but do you have enough capital? Do you have enough cash? Do you have enough savings? Do you have a strategy to make sure that you can have that many years of overall retirement, or even looking at long-term care costs that might come into play too?
Yeah, and I think, Joe, it's important to note that this is average or median. This is the middle, right? Some people pass away earlier, some people live a lot longer. So really, you got to plan longer. Actually, when you look at a couple that is 65, there's a 50% chance that at least one of them will make it to age 91 or 92. So you got to be planning for probably more retirement than you thought.
All right, next. How much do Americans think they need when they retire? How much?
You know, it always used to be $1 million when I was, you know, in most of my career. Everyone wanted to get to $1 million, then they can retire. So I'm going to say with inflation, it's probably either 1.3 or 1.9.
I mean, $1 million is a good number.
It's a great number.
Yeah. I think I'm going to switch my career to a game show host.
You should.
1.3.
1.3, okay.
You know, I just saw a study actually right before we taped this. It was 1.8 too. So it's probably between anywhere from $1 million to $2 million. You're in the ballpark of what people think they need. However, this is not the reality. Some people will need a lot more than this, and some people, of course, will need a lot less than that.
Well, and that's the funny thing. It depends upon your spending. It depends upon your fixed income. Maybe you've got a good retirement. Maybe you've got great Social Security. Maybe when you retire, you want to retire early and you're able to cut your expenses. It's very independent. But this gives you at least an idea.
Yeah, well, if you put it in perspective, too, if you have $1 million, it's a lot, but it's only going to produce roughly anywhere from $35,000 to $45,000, depending on your age, as you start taking these dollars out. If I'm a millionaire, you're in the top 5%, right? But from an income, how you translate that dollar or that lump sum into income sometimes shocks people. They would think, hey, I could live off of, if I have $1 million, I should be able to spend close to $100,000 a year.
Well, I think that's well said. It's not just how much you have, but it's how much income you can produce from it. And you've heard us talk about the 4% rule. $1 million times 4% is $40,000. It's just a guideline. It's not gospel. It's a guideline on what possibly you could spend.
So here's the opposite. So we just talked about we need about $1 million to $2 million in retirement. But what percentage of American households have $0?
Yeah, I think it's always more than you think. I think it's about a third. Maybe it's more. Let's go with a third.
46%.
How about that?
Half.
Have no retirement savings at all.
Zero. No retirement savings. So 26% of the population have saved more than $100,000. 9% have saved more than $500,000.
So there you go. That $1 million you're talking about, that's kind of in the upper echelon.
Yeah, you're way above.
Way above average.
Maybe 5% of the households have that $1 million. Last one here. Based on your age, what should be your salary savings in retirement?
You know what, 3 times your salary at age 40, 6 times, yeah, that actually looks right. That looks consistent with, I think, the Fidelity study. So I'll say all the above.
This is a rule of thumb as well. There's a lot of different variables that come into play. 50 years old, I make $100,000 a year. I should have $600,000 saved for my overall retirement. Once you hit 67, that's a 10Xer. It's a big number, Al.
There's your $1 million, right?
That's a big number. So, but if you start early, right, it's a lot easier to achieve this. If you start a little bit later, it's going to be a little bit tougher road to hoe, but this is at least ballpark numbers of where you should be to at least maintain the comfortable lifestyle that you're accustomed to.
Yeah, and I think, Joe, when you look at that, I mean, some people at age 50 say, you know what, I don't have anything, so it's hopeless. The answer is no, it's not hopeless. You start now, regardless of your age, you start now, you will be in a better position in retirement.
All right, how many did you get right? Stick around, we got a lot more questions on the pop quiz, but if you need more help, you know where to go, yourmoneyyourwealth.com. Click on that special offer. It's our retirement readiness guide. Get ready for retirement. Do it right now. Go to yourmoneyyourwealth.com, click on the special offer. It's our retirement readiness guide. We got more quiz to go. We'll be right back.
Ready to take charge of your financial future? Pure Financial Advisors can help. We offer a no-cost, no-obligation financial assessment with a personalized action plan. Make informed decisions on how to get on your best path to retirement. Sign up for our free assessment online at purefinancial.com to schedule your appointment.